Thomas, good to see you. We are myth busting today, the 4 biggest financial myths and the truth behind them. Some of the
Mhm.
most common beliefs about money, retirement, and investing are myths, and believing in them can really hurt your financial future. So
Mhm.
here are the top 4. Myth number 1, the market always goes up. How do you help clients stay realistic about market cycles while staying invested for the long run?
Right. Yes, definitely a myth. Obviously, over time, for the last 70 years, we've seen an increase in the market. But if, as you noticed there's obviously dips that happen. 1987 was Black Monday when we lost almost more than half of the market. 2008 obviously was huge. You remember that. And then obviously in 2020 when we had the pandemic issue, we can't predict that. So you see market downturns pretty much every 5 to 7 years. On average, you're going to see a drawback. So just having a client be realistic to say, okay, we're investing over the long haul. And we might see some dips, but that's a great opportunity to buy as well. So
Mhm.
just making them be realistic about that. And if they have a short time horizon, then you need to consider that too, and maybe invest a little bit more conservatively.
Right. Myth number 2, the 4% rule for retirement withdrawals. Is that rule still reliable? Is there one number that is?
Right. That was preached as gospel for several years. But there's a lot of schools of thought about it. And in fact, recently that number has been reduced. So, depending on what your income levels are and what your needs are in retirement and what your assets look like, then that's a conversation to have. If you have $1 million, 4%, $40,000 a year, can you live off of that? Probably not, right? But then you got to think about, what do you need in regards to longevity and how long are those assets going to last?
Mhm.
So to answer that question, it depends. And typically it's a lot lower.
Right. Okay. Myth number 3, my taxes will be lower in retirement. Why might a retiree end up paying more than he or she was expecting?
Because when you think about retirement, right, you think you're not going to be generating as much income. But if you've saved well and you've done well in regards to that, you're going to have R&Ds. You may even have some capital sales later in life. Maybe selling up a house. So depending on what that looks like, and if you continue working, some people they want to continue to work. So if you're generating different areas of income, you can potentially be in a higher tax bracket, and then also if the spouse passes away, right? You're in a higher tax bracket because you'll be head of household. So these are things to consider.
Mhm. And myth number 4, I don't need life insurance if I'm retired. Why would somebody need life insurance in retirement?
Right. So a few things. Legacy. If you're thinking about passing on your assets to your children. Also, if you do have a large enough estate, there are taxes that are associated with that. So life insurance can be a substitute to pay for those. Obviously, you don't want to be drawing down your assets when it comes to living later in life. Life insurance can be a way to replenish things in the event that you do draw down your assets. And then also life insurance there's multiple ways you can leverage it. You can use it for long-term care.
Mhm.
You can use it for critical illness. There's different things that you can play with life insurance. So definitely it's a major myth.
All right, Thomas, I always come to you for the truth. If somebody thinks that maybe these myths have sneaked into their financial plan and they would like to sit down with you for a second opinion, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, definitely go to my website, martinheritagegroupllc.com. You can also give me a call, 651-503-6064. You can shoot me an email at info@martinheritagegroupllc.com. And then obviously you can find me on all social media platforms at Martin Heritage Group.
Great. Thomas, thank you.
Thank you.